Hi everybody and welcome back. Now I'm just back in the game again and going up and down on the lift here, and you may have noticed that if you did a bit of play testing that you can only jump to the squares that are sort of one square away from yourself, which is a little bit restrictive if you don't have any of your colours. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to give our players a bit of a boost when they jump, so they can jump a bit higher and a bit further, and we're also going to allow our players to double jump. Alright, now this is done because we're affecting our characters, we're going to do this in a local script. So over in the Explorer window, open up Starter Player, and in Starter Character Scripts, we're going to add a local script. Alright, and we can call this our double jump local, just so we know that it's a local script. Alright, now in our fundamentals I explained that local scripts are a little bit different in the fact that they can do some things that scripts can't do, but they don't have access to the server. So in this case, we're just affecting the character themselves while they're playing the game. And we are taking input, so that means that when you press the space bar to jump, that this script will handle that and make decisions. And it uses a special service called the user input service. So we'll create a variable for the user input service, which is UIS for short, and it will be game and get service user input service. Alright, now we want to get access to our character, and that's very easy to do in a local script because we are in character scripts. So we can simply say local character equals script.parent. Alright, and that gets us our character. We'll want our humanoid, so we'll create a variable for our humanoid, and we'll look inside of our character, so character and wait for child, because we're not sure when the script might load, so we'll say humanoid. Alright, and once we have the humanoid, then we can change a couple of attributes or properties of the humanoid, such as jump power and using jump power. So, and you'll see how that works shortly. So we'll type humanoid dot and use jump power, and we're going to set that to true. So we're going to enable them to jump a bit higher, and then the humanoid dot jump power, and we'll set this to be, say, 60. Alright, now we can run this now, and this script should run, and you should notice that when I jump now, I jump a bit higher. Alright, so I quite easily got on there, and I can jump a little bit higher and a little bit further than what I could before. Alright, but we want to actually have our player double jump. So we'll create another couple of variables just below this. One will be has double jumped. And we'll set that to false to begin with. So when the player jumps, they get to double jump once. And once they've double jumped, we'll set this to true, and then that will force the player to land on the ground before they can jump and then jump again in the air. Now, to find out when the previous jump was, we need to do that very quickly. The reason being, once you jump in the air and you trigger jump, it's only true for a second, the actual jump, and then you've hit the ground, and it's quite difficult unless you do it very quickly to tell whether the player is still in the air. So we'll create a variable called previous jump, and it's going to be equal to tick. Alright, so if you tick is sort of like the time that's ticking away in the background, and it's quite a finite sort of thing. We could probably, well, it basically will take a moment in time and save it into here is the best way to sort of explain it. Alright, so we'll create a function just below here. Well, actually, we'll get our user input service first. So just down the bottom here, we'll say user input service, and there is an event here, jump request. So you can see that it's here, fires whenever the client makes a request for their character to jump. So that's what we want to do here. Right, and we're going to want to connect a function to this. So we can put in our connect for now, and now we need to write the function that we want to run. So up here, we'll create a local function called double jump. And then we can add that function at the bottom that will happen whenever the player hits the jump button. Alright, now we'll create a conditional statement. And what's going to happen here is, as I said, tick being like a moment in time, we're going to say if tick, so we've captured a moment in time, minus the previous jump, all right, is greater than or equal to 0.2. So like I said, it happens fairly quickly. That means that the player has jumped, and then they're going to so you can't hit too quickly, but as long as it's greater than 0.2, then, all right, we're going to let the player double jump. So we need to find out in a conditional statement that if the player is in the air and falling, and there's a special kind of humanoid state. So a humanoid can be in different states, and this one is called free fall. So what we do is we say if humanoid get state, all right, which will tell us what the state of the humanoid is at the time that this runs, equals, and then we'll use enum for Roblox's built-in variables, humanoid state humanoid state type free fall. So if you read what it says there, the humanoid is currently free falling, jumped from a height, for example. All right, so free fall, and not has double jumped then. All right, so I'll get rid of that these windows so you can see. It's quite a long line. I'll just shrink that a little bit. There we go. So that's how our conditional statement should read. Now, if that is true, then we're going to set has double jumped equal to true, and then we need to change the humanoid state while they're in the air. So we'll say humanoid, all right, change state, and we'll pass in enum dot humanoid state type dot jumping, and that will cause the humanoid to go into the jumping state in the air and make them jump again. All right, so that's how the double jump works. Now, beneath our function, we want to know when to reset our has double jumped, and we'll use this in our main script before, the changed, but this one is the humanoid dot state change. So humanoid dot state changed, and then we will connect a function to this, and we'll pass in two parameters, so old and new, and we'll hit enter. So we'll create a conditional statement to see if the new, all right, which is what's being passed in, equals enum dot humanoid state dot landed. So that means they've landed on the ground. Then we can reset our has double jumped back to false, meaning they can now jump again. Then we'll put in another else if new equals enum dot humanoid state type dot jumping. Alright, then that means that they've already double jumped, but they're trying to jump again. So what we'll do is set previous jump equal to tick. Alright, and that is everything we should need in order to get our player to double jump. So let's close that script and we'll save it, and we'll just open up our output window, and let's play and see if we can get our player to double jump. Alright, I'm loaded in the game, and if I press jump and then jump again, I get to jump. So jump, 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 or jump, jump. Alright, so that is working quite well. And if we put it into use, you can see I can now jump quite a long way, although I touched the red one there, so I lost my colour. Alright, but hopefully yours is working well. Missed that one, and you should be able to jump quite a long distance now. Okay, hopefully you're better at playing than I am. Alright, now if you've got your double jump to work, then we'll stop the game there, and we'll increase our version to 1.4, and we're good to go for the next lesson. So I will see you in the next lesson, where we will limit how many of the tiles change so that only some of them change instead of all of them. Alright, I'll see you in the next lesson.